wanted to say hi here. So this is the first official live Lessons with Troy workshop here. Let's see. Looks like we got a lot of people logged in there. So I'll just go ahead and play a tune, and I'll try to read through some of these as I'm taking a break and see if I can answer some of your questions. And what we got here is we got some different angles. So this is the angle that you can see me at, and then if I switch it to here, you can see my right hand here with the black, and then the left hand here with the numbers. So hopefully that's a little bit better than what I used to have. It's been a while since I've put up a lesson. I've kind of been doing some upgrades to the studio and whatnot. Okay, let's see if we can field some more questions. I've got your lesson on blueberry blossom. I think you mean blackberry blossom on there. But I find it really difficult to improvise over it. I can play the tune no problem, but find it hard to improvise. Any suggestion? Yeah. Let me go back here to the other angle. So anytime you're improvising over any tune, you really want to know what the chord progression is on something like that. So, and slow it down. You know, of course, Blackberry Blossom's a fiddle tune. It's really, moving along there. So let's just take that chord progression there, and you can apply this to any song where you're really playing what I like to call over the chord progression. And a lot of people don't know what I mean when I talk about playing over the chord progression, but that's something I learned when I studied jazz, is that the chords are moving through a song, and as the chords are there, you really want to play things that work over that chord. So in Blackberry Blossom, I don't know if you guys know this tune or not, but let me just play a little bit of it. Now I'm forgetting it. So what you can do over this is, like I said, just play over the chords. One thing, that I heard Jerry Douglas do kind of on the Manzanita album is just basically follow the scale down, because the chords go G, D, C, G, C, G, A, D. Let me go through that again. G, D, C, G, C, G, A, D. So a really neat way to improvise over Blackberry Blossom is to play this. Something like that, where you're over the G chord, you're playing the note G, which is the root of G. And then when it goes to that D chord, you play the note F sharp, which fits over the D chord. And then it moves to a C chord, and you can play the note E. And basically all you're doing there is it's in the key of G, and you're just walking down that G major scale. G, F sharp, E, D, right? Because it goes G, the chords are G, D, C, G. So all you got to do really, when you really slow this down, is think of each note within the chord. And you can either do that by ear and figure out, well, we've got, these over the G chord, we've got G, B, D. Over the D chord, we've got D, F sharp, A. Over the C chord, we've got C, E, G. So a couple ways to think about that is to either move positionally, like over your 12th fret. doing there is basically going G, D, C, G, C, G, A, D, and just following the chords. So that's one way. See how I'm just moving through the different chords, and I'm rolling my thumb up and then come to the D chord and playing the reverse of that. But you could do the exact same right hand pattern for each one. But it's nice to change it up, you know, maybe roll up over the G, roll down, do a reverse roll over the D, and then just kind of alternate each one, you know, up, down, up, and then I do open G instead of coming back to my 12th fret, down, up, down, and then it's A to D. Okay, so there's one example of that. Now you see how I'm moving through positionally. The other thing you can do, if you really know the notes, and this is why I really stress either memorizing the notes or memorizing the shapes, whatever it takes to really get your brain to wrap around the major scale, right? So in the G, you can just totally follow that G major scale down. So that's the idea there. Either play positionally or just play straight over the chords. And for any of you guys who just tuned in, that I was talking about the tune Blackberry Blossom. Somebody had asked about, you know, improvising over Blackberry Blossom. So as I'm looking up here, and sorry if I'm missing questions on here. It looks like we got about 103 people on here right now, so this is pretty popular. So I know there's a lot of people chatting on here, and I really apologize if I'm missing your questions. Let me just kind of scan over this.